Dear students, with reference to the Sangam age, I have taught you literary sources, archaeological sources, and there were three kingdoms, and one I have discussed in my previous video. And today I am going to discuss Chola kingdom, very important kingdom. The Chola kingdom is refers to the Sangam literature as a Chonandu, Kaveri Nadu, Kaveri Soos Nadu, Neer Nadu, and Punal Nadu. Basically, try to understand what is Nadu. Basically, you can understand like this. India is a nation. India having many provinces, like 28 provinces, states are there. So we are telling state, but in Chola kingdom, states are known as Nadu. These names indicate the rich water resources of the Chola country. The river Kaveri has flown through the Chola kingdom and made its soil fertile. The capital of the Sangam Chola was Uraiyar. Their second capital was Kaveri Pattanam. It was also chief port of Sangam Chola. Their symbol was tiger. The Sangam literature also mentioned a number of Chola king. They had surname like Kili, Balwan, Senni, Cholan. The kingdom of the Sangam Cholas comprises the present Tanjore and Trichinopalli district, means Karnataka region. Clear? So, how many points are there? Those points must be learned. First one, Chola kingdom had two capital. First one, Uraiyar, and second one, Kaveri Pattanam. Kaveri Pattanam was chief port, and it's one Kaveri Pattanam has having one more name, Puhar. So this much you have to learn. Now the most popular among the Sangam Cholas was Kari Kalan. Both the Sangam works, Patin Palai and Porun Naru Torpadei, give information about Karikalan. Even his young age, he proved his extraordinary ability of setting the dispute in the kingdoms. He was a great warrior. He defeated the Chera and Pandan king at Veni. In other battle, Karikalan defeated the confederacy of the 9 princes. He extended his kingdom beyond the Kachipuram in north. Karikalan had also become popular for the development activities in his kingdom. He had encouraged the growth of agriculture as well as commerce, trade and commerce. He had built up the dam called Kalanai across the river Kaveri to tame the river, and the water was used for irrigation. Karikalan had also fortified the port city Kaveri Pattanam or Puhar. Just I have told na, Kaveri Pattanam are known as Puhar, and made it capital. It flourished as a great emporium of the trade. Emporium means main center of the trade. Merchants from foreign countries visited Puhar. Karikalan was generous towards the Tamil poets and patronized them. Means he given shelter to many Tamil poets. So this very important point, Chola kingdom. So how many points you have to learn? Going to explain. First one, the capital. There are two capital. First capital was Uraiyar, and second one Kaveri Pattanam. And Kaveri Pattanam is also known as Puhar, and it was the port city of Chola Kingdom. And Karikalan, you know. Karikalan name is you will not forget because he is a founder. Now, next empire, that is Pandyan Kingdom or Pandyan dynasty. The extent of the Pandyan Kingdom during the Sangam age comprised the present district of Madurai, Tiruveli, and Ramannathpuram. The Pandyan king were known as Maran, Baludhi, and Chejian. The capital was Madurai, and the chief port was Korkai. Their symbol was fish. The Pandyan king earned name and fame for their patronage of the Tamil Sangam. It can be said that their capital Madurai had also renamed the capital of Tamil language and literature. And I would like to mention here one more point. All three Sangams held in Pandyan dynasty Madurai. So my student can easily understand कि how much protection, patronage given by these Pandyan king to Tamil literary personality. The Sangam literature provide a long list of the Pandyan kings. Some of them had become most popular. Madhu Kudumi Peru Vajiti performed many sacrifices to celebrate his victory. Therefore, he was given the title Palaiga Salai. Another Pandyan king was a great warrior, also a patron of the Tamil poets. His wife Perun Gopidu was a poetess. Means the queen also had lot of knowledge about Tamil poems, and she was poetess. It is referred that she committed self immolation at the death of her husband. And next, Arya Padu Dantat Neduchelian was also a famous Pandyan ruler. He gave death sentence to the hero of Silpadikaram, Kobalan, by mistake. Another important ruler was Nedu Thalai Nedu Chelian. He defeated the combined forces of Chera Chola and other local chieftains at the place called Talai Lagam. He patronized a number of the Tamil poets including Man Gudai and Maru Thanara. The Pandyan rule disappeared along with that of the Cheras and Cholas in the 3rd century ED. In this video only this much. And last point that is very important, local chieftains. Apart from the three Tamil kingdom, a number of local chieftains ruled in different part of the Tamil Nadu. They were known as Belir. The Sangam literature furnishes lot of information about them. The most famous among the Belir were called Seven Patron or Kadailu Bulayal. They were Pari, Ori, Malayan, Ilini, Pagan. Means these are names only. The local chieftains had extended patronage to the Tamil poets. In turn, these poets held them for their generosity. They had also extended their help to resolve the dispute between the rulers. For example, Avayar played the role of a diplomat in the court of the Adyaman and other Sangam poet. Kapilar had taken care of the Pari's daughters after his death. These local chieftains made generous donation to the poet, bards, and their consort like the Chera Chola and Pandya rulers. The local chieftains has also played significant role in the political, social, and cultural domain during the Sangam age. So only this much, and now I am going to conclude my lecture. Next day I'll teach you society of Sangam age. Thank you.